Hi folks, back in the log cabin today. I'm actually not too well. I've got a bleeding chest infection. Got to pick up some antibiotics a bit later on today, but I thought we'd come out here. It's not actually too cold out here, but we'll have a little look. I'm going to get these panels off of this powder coating oven because, as I showed in the last video, they're all rusty. So I'm going to have to take them off. I'll order some heat-proof paint and I will spray them, but that's not going to be in today. Let's make a start. Right, so just whack the old diesel heater on, folks. Let's open this cupboard. I've not been in here for a while. So the panels inside, which were just left bare like that. So I've had it a couple of years like this, so it's done pretty well, but in hindsight, I should have probably painted this or coated this because, as you can see, they've all gone rusty, and I'm going to need to sand them down and then I'll coat them with a paint. I was going to use this silver paper, which does a good job. So I'm going to have to take the screws out all around the edges, get the panels off, and then I'll have to lay them flat and then get a sanding disc on them or something before I actually paint them. So let's start getting them off.
I got love, love. I got love, love. I got love, love. I got love. Some people say money gets you everything.
Right, well, that's made a start on it, folks. I will probably have to pull it out because I've just realised the two light fittings in the top there, I'm going to have to disconnect from behind so that I can pull that last panel forward. But at least I've made a start anyway, and I've got stuff which I can be getting on with here. So yeah, I mean, these were just literally full of dust. The rust has all gone dusty on it, and I can't have that dropping on my pieces when I'm sandblasting. But it's quite a simple construction. All I did, if you didn't see the actual build videos on this, was literally, this is an old, like an office cabinet, and a lot of you have actually asked what size is the cabinet. Well, I didn't actually know. I just know it's one of those, when you go into an office, it's one of those little half ones. So the actual size of the cabinet, externally, is 3 foot wide, and high off of the deck, if it was on the floor, it is 3 foot 1, 2, 3, 4, say 3 foot 4. So it's 3 foot wide by 3 foot 4, about 17 or 18 inches it is. So yeah, that's the dimensions if any of you are interested. And I didn't buy it new, I just bought it second hand from Facebook. I just looked down and typed in office cabinets, and I found it on there, and I think I paid about £25–30 for the cabinet. And the insides, as you probably well know if you've followed my channel for a while, the element bit, the heating element come from an old cooker, and I just stripped it out and transferred it all into this cabinet, and just filled this cavity up with insulation and just literally screwed down the edges and put the panels on. So the lights from the oven were there, 2 elements there. There's the thermostat. So I did experiment with the thermostats and put them low down first of all. You can probably see the hole down there where I first put it in, but it weren't reading correctly, so I put them halfway up the oven and it tended to do a better job. The glass is the glass out of the oven door there, and the inner skin, which you know I fitted on here, that was the small oven door, I think it was, at the top. So in hindsight, I would have put the smaller one on the outside and the bigger one on the inside. So, but I learnt that from my mistakes. So just to ask a few questions about the diesel heater. There are some of you who have said, oh, why did you put your diesel heater up there? Heat rises. Well, of course heat rises. Everyone knows heat rises. But these vents are facing downwards, and this pushes the air downwards, and then it will circulate and come up. So I don't physically need to have the heater itself and the hoses down at low level. One of the reasons why I don't want to do that, this is a workshop, this gets very, very dusty in here, and I don't want that vent at the back of the diesel heater sucking in a load of dirty air which congregates low down sort of thing. It's ideal there. Plus, and again, I'm in this workshop, I'm limited for space around the lower peripherals, and there was nowhere for it. So that's an ideal place. These vents face downwards, it warms up here in no time. So don't you worry yourselves about that, folks. I'd already thought of that before I put it up there, knowing that I've got limited space as well. Another question I keep getting asked is this air intake which feeds the combustion chamber. Oh, you should have that outside because that will deplete all the oxygen in the room and you could suffocate. Everywhere in this workshop is gaps. All along that top there's gaps, and you can see daylight from the outside. This is a massive space. That goes for all around this peripheral there. There's all gaps around there. In here is another workshop. There's no sealed door, it's a curtain. And it's exactly the same with there. All around the top there's all gaps as well. The doors aren't sealed. This door is not normally closed, but if you do that, you're letting air in. Plus these ain't sealed doors, if you can see, but there's gaps all the way around there. Right, well, as you've probably seen in the previous video, folks, I've got this Max Speeding Rods suitcase generator, which is about 3,500 watts. And I've had a few questions on it, and one of the main questions is can it power a compressor, a 50-litre air compressor? Well, I'm going to be trying that very shortly, because I'll tell you for why. Max Speeding Rods actually have been in contact with me. They must have seen my last video on this generator, which they like very much, and they said, would you be interested in doing a review on their larger generator, which is I think it's a 4,500 watt generator? I said obviously yes, they're going to send me one, and in that video what I'm actually going to do, I'm going to put this generator and that bigger one, and I'm going to try and run this generator on a 50-litre air compressor, because a lot of you out there are mobile welders or mobile sprayers, or you do work where there's no power. So I'm going to do a bit of a review on both of them generators together, see what they're capable of, and I'm going to run this one on a 50-litre air compressor, and the other one, the larger one, I think it's going to have to be the larger one, I'm going to run my welder on it, hopefully. So I'm going to be taking them out to the garden, both of them, and doing a test to see if they would actually run a welder. If it runs a welder, that's absolutely fantastic, because 9 times out of 10, if you're out and about, like if you're working out of the back of a van or whatever, having a generator that can handle a welder opens up your opportunities no end. So we'll be testing that very shortly coming up, folks, so keep your eye out for that one. So coming through to this massive mess I've got here, I've got so much to do here, folks, clearing up. That's the mobilette there. I'm waiting to get that powder coated and painted and all that. Oh, hello.
I just put him in the car.
Oh, we're taking the dogs out now, baby, yeah?
Go to the field, yeah.
Yeah, so we're going to go and do that then. Okay, I'll just tell them about the bike show and I'll be out.
Okay.
So all the bikes are still here, folks. That was the mobilette stripped down. Obviously, we've not had time to do any work on that. The RSX 100 there. There's the frame under there, which has been powder coated, as you probably well know. I won't get that out and show you that. But that's another one coming as well. We've got new seats and we've got new exhaust to go on that RSX 100. That's an old seat there, which I think I bought. I can't remember now. It's been such a long time. There's all the parts there for the Reliant Regal, the trotter van there, and also down here as well. So there's loads to do. But I've got to clear this floor space, get all this sorted out, because we're going to be extending our workshop, as you well know. Out in the garden area. We're now into a new year. So this won't be the back of the workshop anymore. We'll be going all the way along there, back out to there, along there, just in front of the polytunnel, and then back here. This will all be workshop. So I should hopefully be able to have a lovely working area now, not just here, but then segregate bits what I can have as a clean spraying area or powder coating area and all that sort of stuff. So that's all coming up in the future. So I've got hopefully loads coming up this year, folks, and I hope you're going to stick along with me. Just bear with me. I know I'm throwing out some sort of not very restoring or fixing videos at the moment. We've had a lot of things on our plate this year. We're also doing a bit of decorating in the house as well, so I won't be bringing that to you, but it's just a matter of me having to come out here and have time. Plus I've not been well, and there's been loads going on in my life at the moment. Our other channel's taken off, our Butler's Empire channel, so we have to dedicate a lot of time to that as well. So yeah, just stick with it, folks. If you ain't seeing something you want to see at the moment, or you're not sort of really interested in the tinkering about videos and you want to see car stuff, that will be coming up. If not, take a look at our playlist. There's loads of playlists. Everything's down in playlist. The car stuff, the motorcycle stuff, the lawnmower repair stuff, general vlogs which we get up to when we're doing bits around the house or whatever. It's all there. Just have a little look at it if you're new to the channel as well and you haven't seen them videos. Anyway, this is just a quick one. Hope you can see that I've got a lot on at the moment. I'm just trying to fit bits in here and there as and when. The weather's been really cold, as you know, and it's getting better now, hopefully. So we should hopefully get this next project, which is going to be coming up very shortly when the weather breaks. Get the concrete base put down there, build the wood shack, so to speak, and then get going on that. So loads coming up in this year. Let's hope you're around to watch it. Anyway, thanks very much, folks. We'll see you in the next video. And until then, bye for now.